Hey Sagittarius, welcome back to Steampunk. If you are brand new to the channel, I am JT. Do keep in mind these are just general readings. Sometimes the major arcana and the minor arcana, they line out, right? Sometimes they don't. So don't hate the reader. I'm just going to give you as many explanations of the cards that I can, okay? Do keep in mind that at Steampunk, I always place haiku poems right before your reading starts, okay? We'll shuffle up and we'll talk about the categories. Sagittarius, I wish for you in this reading clarity. I wish for you in this reading peace. I wish for you in this reading confirmation to your love interest. I wish for you the opening of the door for opportunity, finances, abundance. All right. I am going to lay out these cards. I already pre-shuffled the cards, but for transparency's sake, I shuffled. All right, we're going to talk about that current energy crossing challenge. We're going to talk about the foundation, the recent past, possibilities, the near future, the self, the environment, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction for Sagittarius. I'm going to check out these cards, and while I'm doing that, here are your brand new poems from Haiku Corner. I'll be right back with this reading. All right, Sagittarius, we've got this Seven of Swords opening up your reading. All right, I will show you the down low, but I just want to give you kind of an idea, heads up. I feel like there's somebody in your energy here who hasn't quite stepped up, okay? And I know we're so tired of hearing this, right? Like, I even go to tarot readers and I'm going, yeah, but when's this person going to step up? It is a masculine energy, doesn't have to be a male here, okay? So ladies, don't be hating. There's just, sometimes women don't want to step up too, you know what I mean? But there's reasons. And what I'm getting at is I feel like that this person is a little intimidated by the reasons why they won't. Maybe they have a secret, or maybe that some of their past or something, they don't want you to know about that, and so it's keeping them from coming forward, right? It'd be interesting to know what exactly that is. Let's talk about this energy. All right, so we open up the reading, right? Sagittarius with the Seven of Swords, and to me it's saying that there's someone around you has been not malicious but definitely avoidant, okay? And I feel like they've been acting strategic, watching what your reactions are, okay? So kind of pay attention to your social media. um, this is the person that's trying to figure out how much maybe you know here, okay? And I'm not talking about in a vindictive way here. I just mean it's like, you know, this person is, they're on your socials, right? And you can sense them. They're watching your stuff, but they're not really liking anything, and so the masculine energy here is like typing up that message, and then it'll delete it before you can see it, right? The feminine energy in this is all about kind of like, I don't know, maybe hiding her jealousy behind I'm fine, right? If this is you, this might resonate. If not, leave it for somebody else. But I'm just saying, someone is saving your, I don't know, they're saving your screenshots, those thirst traps, whatever it is. And I don't mean that disrespectful. When you're hot, you're hot. I'm just saying it's this could be like that coworker or somebody withholding information, from you that I mean, in your friend group, something like that. It's got the ghosted, somebody watching from the burner account, that type of energy. But what I mean is I feel like there might be a friend or somebody, some kind of romantic interest here, right? Who's kind of afraid to admit how much how much they want you. You know, someone might be lying by just omission, right? Not telling you something that matters here, holding back on you. Anyway, it's not a warning. It's just kind of like clarity. All right. I feel like the truth is surfacing because, you know, I don't know, you're ready to see it. Okay. Um, yeah, we're going to talk about this challenge card though, the Six of Swords. Um, we could be dealing with air signs here because we do have the Page of Swords of over here as well. So like, you know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? Um, some movement definitely happening here. Okay, but it's not quite smooth yet, you know. This might be you just trying to transition out of, you know, some old emotional type patterning or something. But I feel like somebody is kind of like pulling you back, you know, energetically or quite literally, right? You know, come back to me, you know, abracadabra. But this is, you know, someone's, you know, texting you only when they feel like you're pulling away. We do have a wand in the recent past, so that might be part of that same energy here. I don't know. We're gonna talk about it, but you know, you're just kind of like trying to detach from someone maybe who's still checking out your page. For some of you, this could be leaving a relationship, you know, and it's got some emotional teeth, right? This could be talking about a past person or something resurfacing, you know, right when you're in that healing stage, right? The Six of Swords is all about healing, right? So for some of you, this is just you know, it's as simple as like a job situation that you kind of like feel in between, unstable. You know, for others, it's, you know, it could be easy as travel plans or something that's delayed. But I feel like, you know, either way, you're mentally ready to like move on, you know, and there's some emotional lag time here, okay? But someone wants to talk, you know, but neither of you, I think, knows how to maybe start, okay? So I'm gonna be gentle with this. You're not stuck. You're just kind of like adjusting, right? This is the I don't know, you're like in the messy middle before the breakthrough. And we'll talk about that because it's coming up. It's right here, okay? In this foundation, we got this Ace of Pentacles energy. Sagittarius, divine offering, you know, when you're not paying attention, bam, there it is. And I know you know what I'm talking about. This is that new beginning, you know, that leads to somewhere. You know, for some of you, it's money, it's commitment. For others, you know, stability or, you know, some kind of a real offer here. But I mean, it's someone wants to invest in you, you know, and this could either be literally or emotionally as well. You know, it's got masculine energy, but it's thinking long term. I say that long term energy because we do have the Hierophant here, okay, and that is relationship based as well. We're going to get there, but it's like the, you know, even if he hasn't said it yet, I say he. It does not have to be he. Sorry about that, you guys, but I'm just saying that, you know, I feel like he hasn't maybe not has not said that yet to you, you know, but I think the hints are coming through. All right, I think you're feeling this. The feminine energy is ready for something real, you know, not the casual. I say that because we got this Ten of Cups energy as well. So, you know, I'm not into the playing games and you know, the dreamy kind of I don't know, illusion. You're not about that, right? This is all about, you know, that financial opportunity, you know, something that feels really aligned, something really too hard to ignore. Okay. This could be like a family member offering some support, you know, or some kind of a resources, or, you know, for some of you, it's like maybe you're about to move, you know, or relocate, or some kind of opportunity that, in another city, or, you know, even overseas, something like that. Um, some kind of opportunity, but there's definitely got business idea around this and profit. You know, we are talking about the coin, right? You know, that's divine coin coming down from the skies, right? Someone wants to build something solid with you, is what I'm thinking. Because we do have the Hierophant, we do have the Three of Pentacles, we do have this Emperor energy. It's getting better and better here. But I'm saying this recent past, you had this Ace of Wands. So this could look like a lot of different things to a lot of you. It could literally look like the Ace of Wand getting the wand action, the spark, right? Hits hard, no pun, and fast. Okay. Hopefully not. Hopefully it took their time. I'm talking about chemistry, attraction, momentum. Something or someone lit you up. All right. And for others, it's, you know, a flirtation that may have escalated a little too quickly for some of you. You know, it does have masculine energy, right? Lower chakra region. I can't stop staring at you. You are hot. Hot. I know that was pretty raw, but hey, fuck it, that's what it is. You know, you're looking good, right? So this is all about that late night conversation. Maybe it changed something here. You know, someone sexting, you know, texting, sexting, boldness. I don't know. you bring that out of them. Okay, they've never done it before. I'm not feeling vindictive. Like I said, we saw that opening energy of that Seven of Swords, and I feel like some of that is you saying, I don't know if I trust this or not. Was that a little too strong? Was that off-putting? I think you bring that out of that masculine energy. It's for some of you, it's just sexual tension. A moment that may have surprised you. That's what I just wanted to say. Okay. Or for others, it's definitely, the Ace of Wands is all about some kind of a passion project here. Okay. But I feel like it's a person that made you feel alive in your lower chakra. How about that? You know, Look, this spark was not random. It was all about activation here. Okay. This is all about energy. And I feel like we're talking about maybe a time frame of like 3 to 6 weeks. This could have been 3 to 6 weeks ago, or we're talking about the moment that this uh, the moment this occurred. Maybe this just happened. In 3 to 6 weeks from now, there is a significant date, and I feel like it's moving into this possibilities region here with this Three of Pentacles. Okay, uh, that's why I get that date, 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, we got the third card, Three of Pentacles. This is all about collaboration, teamwork, right? But um, I feel like it's got someone wants to meet you halfway. Somebody's willing to put in the work. The Hierophant talks about that as to collaboration, projects, and spiritual alignment, all kinds of neat energy there. But I mean, the masculine energy wants to prove himself through action here. That's what that energy would represent. And the feminine energy is definitely, I want consistency, not chaos. Okay, but I feel like this is a romantic interest, that wants to work on things. We have the Ten of Cups. Each one of these cards, as I go forward, it is just gets better and better. So hang in there. But this is all about getting recognition for your skills. This is like about a mentor that maybe steps in, do that Emperor energy, a partnership that becomes profitable. We are the Three of Pentacles, right? But someone wants to repair maybe something something from the past. We had that heated energy in the past, right? Right, Ace of Wands, bam, right? I'm not sure, but I think you're being seen as very valuable, and that could be work related for some of you. But I feel like I said we're moving towards a relationship here. Okay, so all right, in the near future, we've got this Page of Wands again. More fire. We could be talking about any of the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We don't have to be, but what I'm thinking is this is all about that same energy, right? This is that flirty message. This is that feminine, reaching out, out of curiosity, or the new person entering in. It's got creative opportunity. We did see that with that Ace of Pentacles, right? So I feel like maybe might be all related here for some of you. Okay, even coming together to combine those finances, right? This is a spontaneous trip or a plan. But I feel like it's like a divine masculine that it's kind of like changing the tone of this whole trajectory here. Okay, we could be talking about a younger person here. It's got that playful vibe. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? All right, deep breath. This is it's a little tender here, but someone I feel like who held back before is about to be very, very bold here. Okay. The reason I say is we've got the self showing up, 10 of Cups. Now, this could have just happened for some of you. Somebody took a leap. Somebody said something, right? But really, this is all about emotional fulfillment. So somebody could have said something that was like, that was a breath of fresh air, right? Not fantasy, but real connection. You're ready for a relationship. This has got home, right? This has got imagining a future with someone. The masculine energy here is definitely about, emotional safety for you, providing that, right? And you're in that craving stability and joy, right? So you're choosing peace over chaos. And this is all about attracting those emotionally type mature people here, right? So you're ready for the long-term love, right? All right, we're going to talk about this environment. We got this Hierophant. Let's talk about this Taurus energy here. Could be dealing with Taurus, don't have to be, but you could be. But this is about exclusivity, all right? This is all about, I see you as the one. I see you as the wife. I see you as the husband. It's got both, feminine energy is that I need that deeper bond, that deeper connection. You know what I mean? And the masculine energy is, I'm thinking about this connection, this marriage, this relationship. Where's this going? This is all about, let's guide, let's go that direction. For some of you, it could be the traditional path. For others, it could be a non-traditional relationship of some kind. Doesn't have to be. We're not judging here on this channel, but um, this is all about family influences, decisions. Somebody wants to do something right here. Okay, so I feel like you're just surrounded by people who value that kind of loyalty, right? All right, let's talk about the hopes, fears, wishes, and worries. And we've got the Emperor. We are definitely talking about fire signs. We don't have to be as far as you're concerned. I'm just talking about the energy. There is such passion, fire in this. The Emperor represents that. So, in Aries, so you could be dealing with Aries as well. But this is all about being stable, strong, decisive, um, being in control, letting loose of disappointment. There's no room for that in the Emperor's business, right? You want that partner who leads with the integrity, okay? And so it does have a little bit of a fear of maybe repeating a past dynamic or something with somewhat of a controlling person. Usually that would be in reverse position for that type of energy. I'm not getting that at all. I could say that because I feel like what this is representing to me is this masculine energy is about to step up. Okay, I'm talking very, very quickly within 4 days, you know, uh, 4 weeks. I don't think it's any further than that. Okay, but I'm saying, you know, this is all about structure, and they're about to show you that. This is about losing um, the mixed signals. It's all about emotional maturity here. Okay, so I'm going to cushion it for you, but you're not asking for too much. This is all about the right match. This is all about receiving that person that you've been waiting on. Okay, so I'm going to prove that by this page of swords now. This information's coming. I'm telling you, it's somebody is about to say what they've been holding back. And I do feel like it's that Emperor energy, willing to step up. That truth is going to come out. Whether that's on your socials or not, I don't know, but could be face to face. This is definitely the communications of a possibly a younger person. Again, like I said, it doesn't have to be. You could be older than this person. But air signs here, right? Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, take what fits. But I'm just saying, you're about to learn something that changes this direction. Okay, like I said, for some of you, it could be here is that message coming in about that job opportunity, that travel, or whatever the idea or plans or something that you've made. But I feel like this is definitely the conversation that shifts all of that. Okay, and I feel like it's going to come in when you're not expecting it. Okay, Sagittarius, it's all about the truth. Okay, not to hurt you. This is all about freeing you. You're finally. I think you're reaching a point where this person, I feel like they can't hide their intentions anymore. Okay, and so it's all about moving out of those old patterns, and stepping into that stability. We saw that Emperor energy, right? And somebody wants to build something with you. They're not here to drain you anymore. So I think take that spark from the recent past. It still matters, right? A message is coming here. This is commitment energy, right? So hey, stay aligned with who you've become. Sagittarius is a really good reading. I love it. If you enjoyed the reading, give it a thumbs up, would you? If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscription button and make sure you turn your notifications on. Okay, all right, I'm gonna leave you with that. See ya.